Hi, so you're thinking of moving to Houston, Texas? Well, you're in the right place. In today's video, we're going to take a Google map tour of Houston and the surrounding area. We're going to look at inside the loop and see why property is so pricey in there. We're going to see what there is to do in that loop, and that'll give you an idea as to why it's so pricey in there. And then we're going to look at the outer loop and all the suburbs that are in that outer loop, and just what the heck is a loop. We're going to understand that too by the time this video is over. I go into detail on our loop system so that you can get an idea of just the scale of Houston and where all these neighborhoods are in relationship to downtown. So let's get on with this map tour. Hi, my name's Donna Sitton. I'm a local realtor here in Houston, and I love helping people find the perfect place to call home. Each person's different, and we all have our different needs and our different circumstances. So, perfect to one might not be perfect to another, but that's the fun of it, right? Finding that spot that you just kind of fit. So if you fit that category, if you're looking to move in the next 90 days, then give me a call, send me a text, shoot me an email, whatever works for you. And even if you're 6 months out, it's not too early to contact me and start trying to get aligned with where you're looking to go. Also, if you're new to the channel, then hit the subscribe and notifications button because I send videos out like this weekly, and this will keep you updated on things going on around Houston, developments, areas to live, whatever the case would be. And you can put in comments if you want me to make a video on something else. I'd love to hear from you and get your opinions and ideas. Thanks so much, and I hope you enjoy this map tour. All right, here we go. Okay, so we're in Google Maps. And as you can see, Houston is quite large. Everything here in this light color is considered Houston. It's a big city. Okay, so Houston is made up of a loop system. So this right here is the 610 loop. Okay, that is the first loop. It's the 610 freeway. And inside, anything inside the loop is considered inner loop, and anything outside the loop is considered the outer loop. Now, Beltway 8 is the next loop, and it is a toll road that runs around Houston. Now, to give you perspective, this first one here, this one, 610, that is a 42-mile loop, okay? That just gives you an idea of size here, because when you're looking at a screen, it really is kind of hard to get that scale right, and I wanted to go ahead and let you see that scale. So that means this Beltway, this loop right here, is an 88-mile loop. All right, and we have one more loop. It's the 99. So 99 is this one here, and it goes all the way around to here. It's not all the way looped in, and I believe its total proposed is 180 miles. And I say proposed because it is supposed to come like down in here and loop in this way and tie in here at LaPorte or somewhere, I think in there. So this is in 3 sections, and I'm not sure exactly where those sections rank, but they have approval, got the environmental approval for 2 of those sections. The 3rd section is deemed right now kind of unbuildable, so I'm not sure when or if they'll finish this loop out. It took them forever to build out some of these, so we'll see what happens in the future. But just keep that in mind when you're looking at the size, 48 miles. This loop is 88 miles of road, and this one is 180 miles of road, this 99. So that perhaps will give you an idea of scale and why when you call us realtors, we're like, well, where in Houston? Well, can you just drive us around? It's big. So you're best off trying to figure out where you want to be to start. Okay, I hope I did a good job explaining that part to you. Let's go ahead and cover Houston in relation to everything else. So here we have Houston, and when I say everything else, I mean a few key cities, right? Some of the other cities. So Houston is the 4th largest city in the U.S. That gives you some idea as to its scale, right? 7 million people call it home. Here you can see, here's Houston, here's Dallas, Fort Worth, here's Austin, and here's San Antonio. So yes, it's hard to believe that Houston's the 4th largest city in the U.S., but it is. And again, looking at all of those rings that we have, hopefully that gives you a good idea as to why. Just the mass scale of it, right? So downtown Houston is right here, kind of a loop inside the loop, right? This is downtown Houston. So All in all, it's very small. It's very navigable. It's pretty handy to get around. I'm going to kind of divide it up into a couple areas here, the art district and kind of the sports district, right? So over here, you have Bacon Park, Astros. You have Shell Energy Stadium here, which is the soccer team, the Dynamos. And over here you have the Rockets. That's where they play. The Texans are outside of this area. They're the only ones that are outside of the area. They're down by the medical center. All right. So you have over here, this is the theater district over here. So you can see, and the downtown aquarium is a fun place. And then this Discovery Green, this is George R. Brown Convention Center. This is exciting. They have a $2 billion expansion project slated for this George R. Brown Convention Center, and it's going to extend it and connect it so that you'll have basically a walking path. They're extending this, I believe, this way. They're completely giving it a facelift, and it's going to be connected over here, 700,000 square feet, and Toyota Center, so you'll be able to walk via a ramp of some sort or a pedestrian bridge to Toyota. So that's pretty exciting. So you can see everything is very compact in here. You get to downtown and businesses, everything. There's a lot to do, a lot going on. This Discovery Green is quite large. It's quite beautiful. Great place. Lots of things going on there all the time. Fun place to go and visit. All right. I just kind of wanted to loop you in there and let you know that's what you have in downtown for visiting and work. Obviously, all that down there. Lots of great dining, entertainment, amusement. It's all in this area. Okay. Now we're going to zoom out a bit, and it's important to cover where things are in relation to your interests too. I feel like that's important for people to know. Oh, I did want to cover one thing in here. Right down here on this Discovery Green, the George R. Convention Center, right here is this Marriott Marquis. And that is a fun hotel. It's got on the rooftop, it has a rooftop pool with the shape of Texas. It's got glass or plexiglass or whatever that looks down, so you can swim up to the glass and look over the city. Really pretty. And they have games at night, lawn games that you can play anytime while you're up there. So if you've got the family or you want to come check out downtown on one of your trips, that's a great hotel. It's very nice, and it's right across from Discovery Green. Biggio's Bar and Grill's down there. We go there, my husband and I, sometimes for drinks. We meet family there. We've had birthdays there. Sometimes we're going to go on a date night downtown. We'll pick a hotel down here to just hang out and enjoy downtown. It's a really, really neat downtown. Very vibrant. I wanted to cover one more thing here while we're inside the downtown area, and that's the theater district. Down here you have Jones Hall, you have the Alley Theater, and you have the Wortham Center, all in this area here. It's really, really nice. So when you come down to see a theater, a show for the evening, this is where you'll be coming. You'll be coming right down in here, and everything's here. So let's get on to business and cover some more important areas like where to live. Where should we live? Okay, we're inside the loop, and you can see here we have River Oaks, Memorial Park. So Memorial comes all here. You hear people living on Memorial. This is all the Memorial. Wherever Memorial Drive goes, it continues on outside the loop. Beautiful area. Montrose, fun place to live. So you have the Heights, charming area, walkable restaurants, great for professionals and couples to live, retirees, whatever, trendy restaurants, boutique shops. It's about a 3 on the price point. Okay, it's going to be expensive there. Everything inside this loop is a 3 or 4 on pricing. You aren't going to get around it. I mean, you can when you come down maybe in this area here to the east. You're going to have, this is kind of all developing out. It's regentrification going on in a lot of these areas. So, but I'm not going to get into that. I'm trying to stick with just the more popular areas, okay? West U here is a beautiful place with Rice Village for dining, shopping, everything there, entertainment, great schools, very quiet, very pricey. It's a 4-star, very expensive. Rice University's there. It's close to the museum. So down here, here is NRG Stadium, the Texans, the football team. Everybody else is kind of up here, but they're down here on their own. Okay. So let's go ahead and erase some of that out. Then you have Braeswood down here. This is just all really Midtown. Though all of these areas are very nice. You can't go wrong. So pretty much you're going to be on that west side here. Midtown. They have high rises, condos. It's walkable. Great for work if you're at the medical and energy and finance districts. It's more rental heavy. Okay, so that kind of covers us here in the inner loop, all right? You just have to experience. You have to come down here and check it out. If you're in those price points, $1 million, you can get in there under that, but you're going to be in more of a townhome or in a home that you're going to be needing to fix up. So just keep that in mind. Schools are great. You can look on niche.com for the school rating system. It's all very nice. I'm going to cover one more thing here, and that is the medical center and the museums. So right here you have the medical center, and it's right by Herman Park. So Herman Park is a beautiful park. As you can see, here's Rice University. So you can see how close everything in here is. The Texas Children's Hospital is the largest children's hospital in the U.S., as is the Cancer Center here. They see 10 million patients a year. They have 9,200 beds, 120,000 employees, and they're the 8th largest business district in the U.S. So just that, it's hard for me to really tell you how big and busy this medical center is. And then you have the fun stuff, right? So let's get in here. You have the zoo. And you have Herman Park has everything you want to do in there. They've got a little train that runs around the zoo. They have there's museums. We have 11 museums here in Houston. You have the bayou kind of runs through here, the Sprays Bayou, and Bayou Park is here. And it's just really, really, really nice. So a lot to see and enjoy down in this area. And then U of H is over here. They're doing quite well. They did quite well with basketball this year. Didn't quite clinch it, but something to be proud of. So you can see we have a lot of neat things in a very condensed space down here in the inner loop. And Herman Park, they have concerts, free outdoor concerts. They have venues you can rent for weddings. We rented just a couple months ago, we rented a nice covered patio space with picnic tables. It was right by the children's park and the carousel. They have a really nice carousel there. And it was for a baby shower, and it was beautiful. I mean, I just can't say enough about that facility we rented. All right, that's the housing. That's the kind of neighborhoods you get in here, okay? I will say that I really struggle with downtown traffic, and I struggle with the downtown roads. The roads have a lot of potholes, and they're very disappointing. As a resident here, I'm disappointed in the roads there. Everybody is, and the commute times have become kind of ridiculous even inside of the loop, just because of the number of people we have. So something to consider when looking at the loop. Take it all in. Try to go in with an open mind, and you'll be okay. Oh, the last thing that we need to consider inside this loop is bayous, right? Houston, as you know, we are prone to flooding. So you really need to be on top of it anywhere you're looking in here in Houston. Look at the flood zones. Your realtor will go over it with you. I would, as your realtor, and any professional realtor will look at the flood zone maps with you and make sure that we're keeping you as safe as we can. There's no guarantee. Anywhere you live here in Houston, we're 50 feet above sea level. Everything's developing out, so we're losing more of our ground that would absorb water further to the north of us. And all that water, the rain that's coming down Dallas, all of it comes down this way and goes out to the Gulf. So these bayous swell up, and we get some crazy storms. So, keep that in mind when you're looking. Just be conscientious. Now we're going to go outside the loop here. I'm going to say that these villages over here are beautiful, and they're going to be in a 3, very much a lot of the feel that you get inside the loop. And I would say that kind of is true when you run here along this area in here. It's just really, really nice. This loop, yes, this is all prime, but right outside of it too is. So really, really nice. All right, and all the way out here to this energy corridor, you have nice malls. There's a beautiful mall here off 610, the outdoor mall. It's really nice. Great dining options, all of that. There's Barnes & Noble, So this is a wonderful area. So anytime you're in this area, this kind of West Chase Memorial Energy Corridor area, that's nice. And then Meyerland. Meyerland, I will say, if you're looking down here, you're going to need to check your building codes, because you will, if you're thinking of tearing a home down or something like that, you have a high elevation that your home has to be off the ground. So just keep that in mind. It's kind of an oddity here. They got hit really hard in Harvey, and that was a place that they just really stipulated you got to have your house raised if you want to rebuild it. Now we're going to get into some of the other areas here. This outer loop that I was telling you about, and this is important, okay? But this big 99, I told you it's 180 miles, right? So when you're talking school districts, you really need to go on to niche, because you're covering 11 counties, and all of those are going to have different ISD systems, right? So you're going to have Tomball ISD, you're going to have Conroe ISD, or Montgomery, you're going to have, it's a lot. Katy ISD, all of that. So make sure you're really researching things for yourself on as to what's a good fit for you. Property taxes, all that are going to be dependent on your counties there. So that's key, 11 counties. Again, I'm just trying to impress upon you the scale that you're dealing with, because when you say, oh, I want to look at homes in Houston, I'll take a weekend, it's a lot of neighborhoods. So we're going to just cover kind of the peak, the better known ones, the ones that people like, okay? And over here, I will tell you, I don't cover too much to the east over here, because this area over here is kind of an industrial area. Down here, you have Galveston, Clear Lake, NASA, all of that's down here. So that's another employer down there. If you're looking if you're going to be in NASA, that's a nice place to be. Clear Lake, Pearland's nice. That's pretty close. And then you have Sugarland over here. So now outside the loop, I'm going to start up here with the Woodlands. Beautiful master plan community. If you want kind of planned perfection, the Woodlands is it. Another really nice community that is built out about the same time as the Woodlands. It's a little bit differently done, but it's beautiful, is Kingwood. It's over there. This is Lake Houston here. And I am going to show you Lake Conroe up this way, okay? And if you want to do boating, you have these two lakes that you can boat on, water ski, jet ski, things like that. You have Tomball here. It's cute. It's quaint. If you want something that's kind of a small town feel, Tomball will give you that. Magnolia is one, too, that is just kind of growing. It's a little bit spread out a little different. Tomball has a definite downtown feel. Magnolia is kind of sprawling and running into the Woodlands. It's all just kind of merging. So that's just, it's a little different feel there, I think, but it's beautiful. You can get more acreage properties again. Conroe is a beautiful, it's on the lake there. It's another small town, really nice place. That's kind of to the north side. You have Spring in here. Kind of merges in with everything else. It has a downtown Spring that's cute, but again, it kind of merges up there with the Woodlands. You have Katy. Katy has excellent schools, very family kind of oriented area, and it's a straight shot in here. Cinco Ranch there. You have Sugarland down here. Highly ranked schools, Fort Bend County. Again, you need to check these schools with niche. It's got kind of an upscale feel, great shopping and parks, popular for families and professionals. It's about a 3 on the pricing scale. Tomball is like a 1 to a 3. So you can kind of get everything up in there. Cypress is affordable. It's got a really nice school district, homes, all of that. And then Pearland down here, affordable family. It's a 2-star, maybe 3-star. And Clear Lake down here with NASA is probably about a 2-star. Things are moving out this way, and you have Fulshire out on this side of town. You have Fulshire and Rosenberg and all these areas that are really beautiful. If you want some acreage property, something removed, that's a really pretty part of town to take into consideration. Like I said, this part of town in here is more of your industrial, so people, you got a lot of plants and things like that. People don't generally kind of want to be there as much. Baytown is a cute place. It's older. It's got its own little vibe and personality, but it's not a place that I think people tend to go to as much because it is out here. I mean, to get to downtown is a bit of a drive. So I'm going to leave it at that. Your most popular places here again are going to be Sugarland, Pearland, Cinco Ranch and Katy, Woodlands, Tomball, Magnolia, Conroe, and Kingwood out here. And then, like I said, when you get into town, into the loop here, you're going to have the Heights and the outer Heights there across the way. Those are really nice. But kind of take a tight loop right here, you have really nice housing. So, just because that kind of extends through that whole vibe, it kind of moves through. And then Chinatown is here in this area. You get Chinatown in there, that's fun. So that's going to be my tour for you. If you do sail, I will say that Galveston, my husband and I like to sail, and we have our boat here in Clear Lake, and we love that. So just if you're a sailor. So that's about it. That wraps it up. I hope I covered enough for you. Okay, so that wraps up our video today of Houston on the map, and hope that helped to kind of give you a visualization of the lay of the land here, and gave you an idea of the real area that you're covering as far as mileage that you're covering, because that is so important. I don't think people understand the area that Houston, just the footprint that it has. It's huge. So you really do need to narrow down your search and geographically to enable you to find that perfect place to call home. So anyway, if you are looking to move in the next 90 days, again, I'd love to help you, or 6 months, whatever it is, a year out. Just reach out to me if you want me to cover something different or go into more detail. Leave something for me in comments and I'll get back to you. Anyway, have a great day. I hope you enjoyed it. And don't forget to hit the subscribe and notifications button to get more videos like this one. All right, take care for now and hope to see you around. Bye.